Welcome to the Veteran Cycling Network, the podcast where the open road meets the camaraderie of military life. Join us as we gear up for engaging conversations with veterans who share a passion for cycling and the unforgettable adventures that come with it. Whether you're a cycling enthusiast, a service member, or simply someone interested in the incredible stories of those who've served, you're in the right place. Each episode, we'll dive into topics ranging from biking tips and gear recommendations to heartfelt tales from the field and reflections on life after service. So hop on your bike, grab your helmet, and ride along with us as we explore the trails of life one pedal stroke at a time.
Yeah. Trying to think which side, where? Oh, the camera. I was trying to find the camera. I was like, where's the camera? But it's up top. All right.
I'll edit that part out.
What's that?
I edit that part out. Where's the camera? or probably not. That's just banter. At one time, at some point, I'm gonna figure out how we go live, like on YouTube. Hit the live, and we'll just go live and just let it roll.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Absolutely, let it roll. Well, we're back. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. You know, I feel like every time we get on, so you always have headset on. I feel like I should have headset on because otherwise I feel like my ears are naked. I almost feel like,
You get some headphones or something. I don't know. They tell me to put headphones on. It makes it sound better, or you can hear better, I guess.
Hold on. Here, I'll do this.
I don't know. Oh, see, now you're gone. There you
go. Oh, did it start? Did it stop and start?
I don't know what it did, but actually it sounded pretty good. You sound much better.
Yeah. I put it. So it's weird because I got a little note. It said recording stopped. And I was like, wow.
No, it's recording.
But the counter started back up. So I guess, we're good to go. Yeah.
Right on. So, hey, we're back. I think.
Survived another couple weeks, man. He's got to make it through it, right? Just got to make it through it. He's got to make it through.
I know, man. It's just one day at a time. One day at a time.
Yeah.
But nah, it was good. It was a good week. I took some leave, so I was off the whole week. Actually managed to get some riding in, so that's pretty cool.
Dude, when you said that, I almost shed a tear. Well, I saw the picture from you posted a picture of your mountain bike. I was like, oh, Andre's out riding. I was like, man, good for him. Good for him. He took the mountain bike out too. I was like, good for him.
Yeah. So that was good, man. Like I said, man, here in Wiesbaden, it's literally a 10-minute drive, man. I don't know why I keep holding back and not going. It was it's like a quick hour, right? Nothing too dramatic, but it's like a 2.5 mile climb. So once you start, you're climbing for 2.5 miles up. You hit the top, and then these little trails that go throughout all the way down back to the parking lot. So I'm gonna call it my training grounds, right? Because one, it's getting me fit going up, and then it's pretty fun coming back down, connecting the little trails, little single track. Obviously, you could tell people do work on it, or people have like made it. I'm not sure if they're 100% legal trails. There's nothing that says no riding mountain bikes, and I've seen mountain bikes all through there, but by no means are these trails marked in any form or fashion. And so I'm still in the process of trying to connect because there's more trails that I see. I just don't know where they go. And I don't want to be on the opposite end of the entire forest by the time I got to pedal back to the car. So, but no, it was a good ride. Realized I'm still not in shape.
Yeah. So a couple things, right? One, if mountain bikes weren't allowed, you and I both know there would have been a German out there letting you know that they're not allowed, right? So
yeah, that's 100% fact. For those of you who are stationed in Germany, you probably understand exactly what we're talking about. If there is a rule, there will be a rule enforcer, whether they're from the government or not. They will most definitely let you know that this is not allowed under any circumstance. So,
That's right. Either at the top, the middle, or at the bottom. Somebody would have said something to you. You would have known, right? So,
100%. So for those of you who are listening and never been to Germany, again, you know what we're talking about. The rules are a real thing here. It is for real. I can't even imagine the bureaucracy that people have to go through to develop an actual advertised trail. Matter of fact, I did talk to a guy who did create a trail system here. It's about a 30-minute drive. Create like a little flow track. It's really fun. And yeah, he told me the sheer bureaucracy and the sheer labor of meetings upon meetings upon meetings to get it approved to build was just something you can't even fathom. He said it took around 5 years of lobbying to get this trail system. And the trail system is not that large. It's pretty small, well built, but he said it's everything about the liability, and it's everything about it has so many emergency exit points. They had to have so many roads that crisscross so emergency vehicles could get to it, right? And then of course, how are they going to fund it? And he said it was just a nightmare. But I guess in the long run, he said it was still worth it because now they have a trail.
Yeah.
But get this, they have to close from end of October to the end of March for nature preservation.
I was gonna say, I imagine that's a big part of it, right? You got to save the earthworms, right? So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
And so this little training grounds out here, like I said, I haven't heard anything. It was a sloppy mess. It was a sloppy mess, though. Like I said, Germany is just moist, and it was most definitely muddy ridden, but it was fun. I mean, it was a blast. I was dirty. My bike was dirty, but I'm like, man, that was a quick hour. Boom, done. Bike back in. So most definitely that was fun. And now I'm gonna get the wife out there, so that's gonna be even more fun with the e-bike.
Man. Yeah, so I told Veronica that you got Doris an e-bike, and so I gotta, she's around the corner over there somewhere. I don't know. I gotta work on her.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, today was the first day Doris had ever even been on an e-bike. Like we just were in the parking lot. She was like, you know what? Let me get on it and try. And she was like, oh my Lord, this is like cheating. Like this is not biking. Well, what is this? And so she's riding it. And then it's up and down the street. We live on a hill. And so she's just like gone.
Yeah.
And then all throughout the day, my little one, Isaac, because they're the same size almost, right? So he could ride it. Man, he rode that thing all morning long.
That's so funny. How long does it take to charge that thing?
I have no idea. I haven't charged it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it have a little battery meter on it or something like,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little display and it has your battery level.
Okay.
Isaac rode it all morning and then he came in later and was like, Dad, it tells you your speed. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? He's like, yeah. It's like, Dad, I got to 43 kilometers an hour. I was like, oh, son. I'm like, hey, son, I'm glad you're having fun, but let's not do that, okay? My living stricken through the neighborhood at 43 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. Hey, he's it's 25 miles an hour, right? That's residential neighborhood, so he's doing degrees, right? We're actually a little bit over, right? But he's right there. 25. Yeah. He's okay. He's well within legal limits. So it's super funny.
But I'm so excited that he's into it now. He wants to go. Now I could take him to the trail. Because I said, man, if I take him to the trails here, just the small ones, right? 2.5 miles up for an 11-year-old. It's not going to be very fun.
Yeah.
So I think I told him, well, we'll go out this weekend. Hopefully, if it's nice enough outside, we'll go up. And that way I could teach you how to ride trails again. He used to ride trails when he was younger, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And plus, it's a much heavier bike and it's a full suspension bike. So I'm going to take him up there and teach him how to mountain bike. And he'll be my little mountain bike buddy.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Hey, I'm telling you, it was all a good week. Because get this, all of a sudden, Elijah, for those who know, he's my 17-year-old basketball player, all of a sudden decided to say, you know, Dad, I've been watching some mountain bike videos. I think I want to go mountain biking again. I was like, did you say you want to go mountain biking again? I'm like, oh, yeah? Well, we could do that. And so I was like, oh, yeah. He said, well, not now, Dad. After basketball season, maybe in the summer and stuff like that. But I think I can handle it. I'm like, I think you can too.
Dude, you better get ready. Because he's gonna break your feelings. He's gonna hurt your feelings. He's gonna break your heart. He's gonna go out there. You're gonna go out there and try to ride with him. He's a fraction of your age, in really good shape. You're gonna go out there and try to keep up with him.
Matter of fact, I told Isaac, I said, now when we go riding, right, we have to go up the hill. I don't want to hear any of this. What, Dad? This is so easy. Why are you so tired, Dad? What? Why? This is I don't want to hear any of that. Don't sit there and be all hoity-toity because you have an e-bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, so it's all good. So I'm like, all right, yeah. So we'll go to a bike park this summer and I'll rent it. I'll rent him a bike. I'm not buying him a
Yeah.
bike. And so we'll just rent
Yeah.
a bike. There's one like
Yeah.
2 hours away.
Well, he's gonna keep growing, right? There, you buy him one this summer, and he's gonna outgrow it, and
Well, I'm talking about for
so.
Elijah. I'm talking about for
Oh,
Elijah.
gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense too. So,
The beauty of
yeah,
him being the
man.
same size as a wife, they could share the bike for now.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man, exciting times.
It was, man. It was a good week. I got a couple rides in on the trainer.
Yeah,
So it wasn't too shabby. Weather's been extremely warm.
has
Extremely
it?
warm. Well, not warm, but warm for Germany.
Yeah, yeah.
10 degrees Celsius. Whatever the hell
Mm.
that is.
Yeah,
I
we've
don't know if that
gone.
is.
Yeah, it's weird because we've gone from like it's almost 60 degrees one day down to like wind chill of like single digits, 9, 7, 9 degrees. It's like, dude, this is a weird time of year where we get these huge fluctuations. So, um, so yeah,
Did
um,
you get any biking in? Any bike related stuff? Nothing.
dude, no, the only bike related things I got done was this reading, reading stuff on the internet. I haven't gotten them. This is the time of year where things are supposed to slow down a little bit, and it ain't. So we'll see. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, man, I'll get a
Don't,
chance.
don't
I don't mind
don't you
riding in the winter.
don't you know the army shuts down for the next 2 weeks, man? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Tell my boss that.
That's this time. That's the time of year when the army shuts down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I wish. I wish. So
I know I'm mad. I have to go to work tomorrow for half a day. I
yeah.
had a good old goatee going and everything, man. I had to shave it
Really?
off. Yeah, man. I was living that
Oh,
full civilian life. It was great.
oh man. I'm looking forward to those days. I don't know if I can grow a full beard. I don't have enough facial hair, but if I can at least let my whiskers grow. And not having
Yeah,
to shave every day, right? This is the small
y-
things.
yeah, yeah. Oh boy. Yep,
Yeah.
we're just two old guys looking for that light at the end of the tunnel. It's there. It's almost there.
It's coming. Yeah.
It's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
man. So
It's like, why are we still doing this? We don't know, but hey,
it's some of it is because we can, right? If you
yeah,
get to the point in life, it's like, there's just things that you can do, right? Whether it's like you said, the time, the money to be able to afford those things, right? The
yeah,
things that you
yeah,
couldn't do years ago, right? It's like I do it now because I can, right?
yeah.
So,
I think you're exactly right. I think it's just
so,
because we can,
yeah.
and I'm in a very good place. I feel like, man, I did my time. So now it's my sunset tour. Um, I still go to work. That's a positive. I don't just not show up, but
Man, where can I find one of those sunset tours? Is
I
that
know.
was that like a lottery system or something? Was
I
that
think so. I think so, man. I, I think so.
Yeah,
I think.
it's too funny, man. Good for you, man. I think you're in a place where all of us would like to be one day. So good
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Good
So
for you. Yeah.
it's all good. So no biking for you, man.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not this week. Not this past week. Maybe this week I get a chance to because I mean we got some flows. Maybe we got some little small gaps in there. I get a chance to go out there and ride. I got my mother-in-law here, so of course Veronica's entertaining her, but
What
maybe I
time?
can get it. What's that?
When's the sunset? When's sunset there?
Like right at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, what's it to? Is it today, right? Today, tomorrow, inner solstice, right? First, I know they get, was it meteorological winter, right? Started like 1 December. So we've kind of been in winter for some time. But I think tomorrow is the shortest day of the year, right? As
Okay.
far as daylight. And so the days are going to start getting longer after this. But yeah, sunset is right at like 5 o'clock. It's like 4:50 something. So
Yeah.
it gets light, same thing like in Germany, right? It gets light pretty early, but,
No,
or gets
not right
dark pretty
now.
early. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
gets
right.
dark pretty
Yeah.
early.
Okay.
Gets light late and dark
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Um, um, But the one nice thing is they do these night rides when the weather's been decent. The one thing about here is because you talked about the trails and the rain and everything here, that they like to close a lot of the trails down. Um, just because they get worn out, right? Just for trail maintenance and care. And some of these people right here just don't have, I would say, just basic cycling etiquette.
Yeah.
So they tend to close a lot of the mountain biking trails down during, after a rain for a couple of days before they dry out a little bit so they don't get too messed up. So there's been a big push here in the county lately for like trail maintenance. Like they host these trail maintenance parties on the weekends, and
Yeah.
only because I see it online, right? They've been doing a lot of work on the trails up here, so yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my favorite trails here, it's Frankfurt, which is still only a 30-minute drive, and what they call Wheels Over Frankfurt. And yeah, they always advertise too. They do work days,
Yeah,
but I don't think they ever close. I don't think it doesn't matter what the weather, because I've seen YouTube videos where people are riding when it's raining. I've seen YouTube videos when people when it's filled with snow. And
yeah,
so that particular trail system, like I said, I don't think it ever closes. Um, and it's like an enduro trail, right?
yeah,
It's not too dangerous, right? You can roll everything, but it still requires some skill. Like you gotta be average rider, medium.
yeah.
What's that called? The trail system. I guess here it's considered a blue trail.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
I think in the States, blue is the easiest. Here it's green,
Yeah,
blue, red,
yeah,
black.
that's usually what it is. Green, blue. Well, I seen green, blue, and black, right? I think is a
Yeah.
or they try to equate them sort of similar to like how they categorize ski slopes, right? It's like
Yeah.
diamond or so
Which was which was odd to me because when I got to the States in North Carolina, they had this one trail system. I didn't take you there, I took you to a different one, but Harris Lake, and their one trail system is like black. It was
okay.
like the most difficult, right? But it was easier than the blue trails, which was really odd. Like I would take the wife out for a ride. She's like, I'm not going on that. That thing says black. It says it's the hardest trail. I'm like, trust
Yeah,
me, it's not. And it truly wasn't. The trail labeling systems around the Fort Bragg area. That's all I can say, right? It's Fort Bragg
right.
area because I know every state, county, they label everything different. Because I'm sure
Yeah,
a a blue trail, medium trail in Pisgah National Forest, like that was not easy by any means. To me, that
yeah.
was hard. I'm like, oh, this is blue. Oh, I can only imagine what a black is out here.
That's so
And so,
funny.
yeah, so, folks, take any trail rating systems with a grain of salt. Always take your time on the first time around, right? It's
That's right.
pre-ride it, ride it slow, ride it again, and then you try to start hitting stuff. But
Yeah,
um, so yeah, it's pretty unique. But yeah, weather. The same thing in North Carolina. They close the trails if it's raining.
yeah,
All the ones that are around the Fort Bragg area.
yeah,
If it's raining, they just close the trails,
yeah,
which is kind of a bummer, right? It's like, and then Europeans are like, why you guys close the trails? It's just raining. Because those people in England, they never close their trails, right?
yeah.
If they close the trails, no one would ever ride.
Well, it's like was it the Germans, right? There's no bad weather. There's just not being prepared, or what did they say?
There's no such thing as bad weather, just poor clothing choices.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm trying to take your advice, and I'm trying to dial in my riding, winter riding gear. So when I went to on that mountain bike ride, I was like, okay, my my heart, my head's telling me I need to dress warm because it's cold, but I know I gotta climb, so maybe I shouldn't put on all this stuff. So I
Yeah.
toned,
You
so I toned it down a little bit,
yeah.
and I was still too hot.
Yeah. But mountain biking is hard though, man. And here's why I
Yeah,
say that. Well, here's why I think that, right? Is one because so when you go out there, even on gravel, right? When I go out there and ride, usually, I mean, there are some hills, but it's relatively predictable in a sense, right? And it's pretty constant. I mean, you do some climbing and some descending, right? But when you're out there, if you have a 2 mile climb, 2.5 mile climb, followed by a 2.5 mile descent, right? So you're sweating the whole way up, and then you're just, hey, that's a tough one, right? And then with mountain biking, you're riding through mud puddles, and I mean, when I'm on the road, right, dude, I'm not splashing water. I'm not getting wet, dude. I'm too pretty for that, right? No, I'm just kidding. But it's you're not getting all, your clothes aren't getting wet. You're not riding through mud puddles and stuff. I'm not saying that's out there on a mountain biking trail, but it certainly can be, right? So it is a little harder to dress for that. But and then the other thing is, I don't know, how I envisioned it. And you said, hey, it's like through the woods. I envisioned there like being trees and you know, there's not trail debris, right? But there's pine cones and there's rocks and there's branches hanging down, right? And you can't just like all these loose fitting clothing that you normally wear on mountain biking, right? Is not what you wear when and you got all your other like did you have all your pads on and everything too?
No, no, no. I knew I wasn't
Okay.
going to go that hard, so I didn't have the pads on.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a little, when I'm out there on the road bike or the gravel bike, right? It's just clothes, right? I'm not worried about all
Yeah.
that stuff. So it's a little easier to dress for that than it is to dress for mountain biking. So
Yeah, because
um
coming back down was a little chilly.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, I think I'm gonna start. I can kind of dial. I kind of know the clothing that I have and what to wear. Like you
Yeah.
said, I think I'm gonna take your advice and be like, be cold when you start.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm comfortable when I start, then I know I'm probably too warm.
Yeah.
I just have to get over that.
Yeah.
Because I don't like being cold, y'all. But
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be shivering cold, right? But you gotta be cool. Gotta be
Yeah,
cool. Cool.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
So
all right. So yeah, that was the winter riding. How that's going. I'm just
yeah.
looking. It's just gonna get colder though. I'm looking. It's gonna get pretty flipping cold. I know it
Yeah.
is. I just
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't wait for the spring. But then again,
So
but then work gets in the way, right? It's like,
yeah. So if the last couple weeks have been any indication of what this winter's going to be, I think we're going to get a real winter, right? I think we've already got we not. I mean, it hadn't stuck more than a couple days, but we got a couple snows, right? We got here we got a couple inches, and it's been some cold days, and I mean tonight. It's getting down. I mean, it's pretty consistent and down in the 30s every night.
yeah,
So, and it hasn't really real winter hasn't gotten here yet, right? I mean,
yeah.
January and February are pretty brutal. Not brutal. R-
No, they're
January,
brutal. You can
February are
say it.
colder. Yeah,
You
yeah.
can say it. It's brutal.
So, yeah,
It's brutal. Oh, but what I did see, upcoming events. I think you should, like, if you want to hop on the old Patriot Express rotator, fly over here for a weekend. There's a mountain bike festival in May for like 3 days. Mountain bike and gravel festival, 2 hours away from the house.
really.
Yeah,
Um,
I was like,
mhm,
They have
mhm.
they have gravel rides and they have
Where is it at? Mhm.
bike park Villingen.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I'm going because, like I said, it's 2 hours away.
Yeah, if I could, dude, if I could figure, so the bad thing about it, well, you're right there in the same boat, right? We got graduation coming up, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
that's gonna be a tough one. And Sophia's trying to figure out where she's gonna go to school. So yeah,
Those
that may might be
ki-
hard.
kids and families, I love them to death. That's what we live for.
Yeah, gets
Mm,
away of my hobbies though.
Yeah, I know, but I know it's cramping our style though. But hey, but we love them to death. And I guess that's why we're still in the military doing what we do is for
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
For me, it's so I can afford shoes because I got more shoes than freaking Foot Locker in this house for basketball and now
mm,
soccer. I got some, but
yeah,
hey man, we got to find out, squeeze it in where we can.
yep, yep, yep,
Squeeze it in
absolutely,
where.
yep. So,
So next up on the agenda, the article I sent you,
yeah,
and the reason why I sent it to you is because on the very first time we did this podcast, you had never even heard of AliExpress.
yeah, yeah,
So you had no idea of all the goodness you could get at AliExpress, and then it's like, well, here's the article. So
yeah,
essentially, this is what AliExpress does, right? They're obviously in China, and they were known for selling knockoff um, frames.
yeah,
So the thing is, they wouldn't put specialized tarmac on the frame itself, but just be either a raw cut or raw frame,
yeah,
but the geometry and everything was the exact same
yeah,
as the actual the bike brands. And so they do it with all of them. And so some of the theory used to always be like, well, there's only so many carbon factories in China, right? And they all come
Yeah.
out of the same factory. It's just a matter of who puts what label on what. I know that's probably not true, right? That's not true. It's because Specialized pays a premium to make sure the QC is there and all that good stuff, and make sure it's the quality assurance. These cheap frames you're buying for 4 to 500, yeah, they look the same, but again, is the quality there? There's no QC checking them. Is it going to crash
Yeah.
on you? Or that's a huge risk. And so, what's really surprising is like Specialized actually went after them
Yeah.
with the help of AliExpress.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
It's weird. Yeah. So, I'm flipping through my notes here, right? So what I do is of course, I read the article, right? And then I sound like, okay, what are all the different angles you can go on this? So I kind of put it in the whole little notes and, it's interesting because I think, as a consumer, sort of say, right, why would I, I'm speaking for me, why would I be willing to entertain buying some counterfeit parts, right? You talk about from AliExpress and one of the big things, right, is obviously it's price, right? I mean, some of these
yeah,
components, right? A lot of bike parts, right? Especially nowadays, right? If you go back a couple, pre-COVID, I mean, I think cycling was certainly more of a hobbyist sport or a hobby where you can go out there and you could be a leisurely rider and get a decent bike, at a decent price point. Just over the past years, man, it's gotten so expensive, and it's almost, I don't want to make it sound snooty, but it's in some regards almost become kind of this elitist kind of hobby where, if you want to go out and even if you want an entry level bike, you're still spending thousands of dollars right on something. And it makes it hard, right, for people to really get in and enjoy cycling. And so I started thinking, I was like, hey, so, what would be one of the advantages, right? And I think that's it right there. It's price alone. And to the point, right? It's like, um, some of these, and I can't prove this, right? But it's one of those things where you slap a label on it and something all of a sudden this, on AliExpress is a $100 component, right? A fork, right? We'll say
yeah,
something like a fork, right? Is $100. And then just because you slap some name brand on it, all of a sudden now it, goes up 400 or 500%. Now this fork is $500. And you're like, dude, but it's hard to filter through it because you don't know. I mean, the what you don't know, right, is the safety and quality kind of
yeah,
aspects that come out of it. And I think, if you're willing to take the risk in buying some, I don't want to say counterfeit parts, right? But I would say, uh, uh, maybe black market or off the market kind of unbranded components, right? I think it's where you're willing to take make those concessions and buy those parts and take a little risk
right.
versus those where you're like, hey, where the manufacturer stands behind their components. And I know it's hard because, I think at least what I understood was they were still slapping markings on some of those on the article. They were still slapping specialized on the frames, right? So it was being sold
Uh,
as a specialized frame.
uh, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, what's the old saying? If it sounds too good to be true,
Yeah,
it
plus
usually is at the
plus
price, right?
yeah, plus I mean it wasn't just them, right? It was also
Yeah, yeah,
Pinarello, Cannondale, Trek, Savello. I mean, these are all
yeah,
like, you talk about Pinarello and Savello, right? I mean,
yeah,
those are all
yeah,
when you talk about elitist sports, right? Those are elitist kind of, those are top tier, not to
uh,
say those other ones aren't, right, Trek, but, I would say Savello and Pinarello are, if you look at it from a spec, a perspective of how they're sold, right? Savello and Pinarello are probably more boutique type, you know,
yeah,
we live in Northern Virginia, DC area, right? There's probably one Pinarello dealer, right? There's probably like
yeah,
50 Trek dealers
right.
and probably the same number of Cannondale, right? It's they're so small,
I think
um,
what was also interesting in the article is that they also seized 9,500 sticker sets.
yeah. So it goes
Right.
to that very point, right? So they're putting
Yeah,
they're putting markings on them. Yeah.
yeah. But so there's two things. There's one, like I said, they're selling the actual sticker sets, and they went after the sticker sets themselves. But two, 9,500 sticker sets. I guarantee you that's not even scratching the surface of how many hundreds of thousands of sticker sets could be produced and sold.
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, it's all the Pinarellos, the Cannondales. But if you think about it, back to your point, man, it's some of these bikes they're in the neighborhood of $12,000. It's kind of like, man, that's a lot of money. And I don't know, like you said, I don't know if it's pre-COVID, after COVID, or whatever it is. But now that more and more you think about it, it's just like, yeah, to the barrier of entry into these mountain bikes, road bikes, gravel bikes, I guess it doesn't really matter, is really high. All right, and it's just it's unbelievable. Like a new e-bike, you want to buy a new e-bike, mountain bike, a full suspension, it's minimum probably about $5,000. Think about $5,000, man. You could buy a car for $5,000. And like, again, 10, 15 years ago, a $5,000 bike, I didn't think too much of it. I was like, yeah, okay, it's 5,000. Yeah, it's my hobby. But maybe now as we get older, it's like, wow, people are really spending $5,000 for a bike. But at the same time, we're in a position now to where we can somewhat afford it.
Yeah.
Right. It's a very weird market, and that's for sure. But the thing is, people are buying them.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, right? Yeah.
I mean, they're buying them, and it's most definitely tempting to buy a $500 Pinarello frame that looks exactly the same, may or may not even ride the same. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there of people building these things up and have zero issues.
Yeah.
There's plenty of those videos out there, and like you said, it's I got this bike. They might not say Pinarello because they're on YouTube, but it's a Pinarello, and it's like, yep, $2,300 all in. It's like, so I could spend $2,300 or, the $9,000 that it normally costs.
Look,
I want to
dude,
get,
you can't even get a Pinarello frame for $2,300 if you went to the dealer.
yeah, right.
That frame is probably $4,000 or $5,000. I'm guessing. I don't know. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. It is crazy, man. It's crazy, but it's a thing that we love so much. The thing is like getting into any type of cycling, it's the additional cost that no one ever tells you about, right?
Yeah.
And I know there's thousands of YouTube videos, how to get into mountain biking, how to get into road biking, but of all the other stuff you have to buy. You go and you buy a bike, it's $2,000 for the bike. Then it's okay, $100 for the helmet. All right. And then it's how are you going to transport that? If you want to buy a hitch for a car carrier, for the back of your car, it's another $500. If you need some shoes, it's another $100. And then like, oh wait, you're gonna need a pump to take with you. You're gonna need a bag to put it in. You're gonna need probably want to carry spare tubes. You're gonna need some basic tools. You're gonna need and so it's death by 1,000 cuts. But then again, I guess isn't that just what any hobby?
Oh, it is. I mean, it's probably the same thing when you go play golf, right? The golfer, it's the same thing, right? I think, I think, so me personally, if somebody wants to use that stuff, hey, I can't blame them, right? But I think where I would struggle with I guess it really depends on how you ride, right? Because my concern would always be about the safety aspects of it. And I think if it is in fact coming from the manufacturer and it's been through the quality inspections and it's passed through that whole kind of rigorous process of manufacturing and they're selling it with their stamp on it, that implies a level of, I would say, quality of the components, some associated warranty, right? And that would be the sucky part. You imagine being out there on, actually, I think didn't you break your handlebar on your mountain bike several years ago?
No, I know. I'll get to that, but no, it wasn't the mountain bike. But
okay. But that'd be one of my concerns, right? You're out there on you put a carbon handlebar on your mountain bike and you're out there riding and your handlebar breaks on you while riding. Can you imagine that happens when you're going downhill? How it probably wouldn't turn out very well, right?
No. And I most definitely would never entertain buying anything knockoff for mountain biking just because of the abuse the bikes take going down, right?
Yeah.
And so to your point, I entertained and bought me a Chinese handlebar. Like it was no brand, right? It was just Chinese carbon handlebars, and I mounted them and I was riding and I'm looking where the stem connects and I was just like, is that a crack? And I wasn't 100% sure if it was a crack or it's just a cosmetic blemish or I just wasn't sure. I finally was just like, it rode fine, Like there was no flex,
Yeah.
no excessive flex. Looked good. It was super light. I mean, when it came to me, it was packed super well. I think it was like $35, right? It looked legit. You know, in the long run, I was just like, I'm not risking it, especially riding the road, right? I mean, it was but I was on the road, right? I'm like you said, you know, you're going 25 miles an hour. The last thing I want that thing is to do is snap on me, and then
Yeah.
it's game over, right? So,
Yeah.
I did end up taking. I still have them somewhere, hanging up somewhere.
Yeah. So I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, well, if I was going to buy something, right? If I would say knowingly buy some counterfeit parts. I'm thinking on a road, like any bike, right? What will be those parts I think I would be willing to do it on, right? And I think just because you think about it, there's just, if
Handlebar
you
tape.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are so far few. There's so. I mean, right? You think about it. If you go from the front to the back, right? There aren't very. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on a bike, but there aren't very many components on a bike, right? That
Yeah, no.
that I'm like, bar tape is probably one. Maybe a saddle, right?
Yeah,
I could see doing a saddle, bar tape, but certainly nothing on the. I don't anything else. I just kind of think it's kind of you're risky, right? If you're talking from the handlebar, stem, fork, any of those components, right? Headset, the frame, seat post, the
yeah.
drivetrain, wheel sets,
There's a lot of people buy wheel sets from China or from AliExpress. I don't know if they're. I'm not sure if we can even consider them knockoffs. Well, I guess according to the article, they did knock off Roval, which I think is
Yeah,
owned by
Roval. Yeah, yeah,
Specialized. It's owned by
yeah,
Specialized, and they make the wheels.
yeah,
But there are a lot of wheel sets on there. And again, plenty of people who buy them, and they're like, "Oh, these are the best things since sliced bread," and it only cost me $250. Again, this is like you said, where rubber meets the road, man. I'm not sure. Again, I would never do it for mountain biking.
yeah. I wouldn't do it for gravel. I mean, I guess
No,
it depends on how you're riding, right? If you're just a casual rider,
yeah,
maybe. But if
yeah,
you're out there riding with groups, and like when you're out there and you're doing 50, 60, 70, doing a century, and you're out there with a big group and you're pushing it, where you're out there between 25, 30 miles an hour. Dude, do you imagine that if you had a wheel break,
yeah,
a failure at
yeah.
25, 30 miles an hour in a
In
group,
a group, yeah, catastrophic.
right, you'll take everybody down with you.
Yeah. No, it's not to say so. So there are Chinese companies that are not knockoffs. Um, so there are companies that are building wheel sets and frames that actually do have their own frames,
Yeah,
and they are cheaper than, let's say, a Specialized or a Trek frame, but they're not, $400, $500, right? They're still like,
yeah,
1,300, 1,500. I mean, they're still they're priced competitively, or actually they're priced pretty low, reasonably,
yeah,
but there's actually Chinese companies that they offer full warranties, right? And they have customer support, um, and they have their own name. I can't think of anything right now. I mean, but there are those companies out there that people are buying, and they are quote unquote they're Chinese bikes. Same thing with the
yeah.
wheel sets. There are wheels. I think is it Lightspeed? I think Lightspeed wheels.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Oh, that didn't work. I think Lightspeed.
Wasn't why did I think Lightspeed was a European company?
Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong.
It wasn't Lightspeed one of the first manufacturers to make carbon or titanium frames too. They were early, man. They were trendsetters back in the day. You don't see as much of them anymore.
Only thing I'm hitting up is freaking. All I'm getting is cars.
You said only thing you're getting is
Car wheels.
oh, for
Uh,
Lightspeed? Are you spelling it right?
yeah. Every time's global. What's this? Yeah, here you go. Light bicycle shop. Carbon rim. They have a U.S. Canada shop. Yeah, I mean like 29er carbon rims, $350. I don't know. Anyway, but there are. So this definitely. I don't know if it's Chinese, but it's definitely
Yeah.
Asian.
I see. And
But
yeah.
they have like full support, warranties, and everything else. So I mean, that's just to say that hey, not everything out of China is completely a knockoff. I think they
Oh,
are stepping. I think they are stepping up their game and to get into
yeah.
the cycling industry. I know
Yeah.
they have their. I know they have their own group sets like LT Woo and stuff like that. Um,
Are we
That
talking, are we talking about so I misspoke here. So are we, when I talk about, are we talking about Lightspeed, like the bicycle manufacturer? Is that what we're talking about?
no, I thought it was wheel sets.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, because I know, like, okay, so they are Lightspeed. The Lightspeed I know, so yes, they made titanium frames, but they're actually out of Chattanooga. They're made in the United States. But yeah, they
Yeah.
make bicycle frames, not
That
so
that
much.
that that
Yeah.
might not be then it might not be Lightspeed. It's
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a wheel manufacturer based out of China that actually is their own
Gotcha.
company. And then
Okay.
if you ever look up LT Wu, LTWoo.com. So that's a straight up Chinese, I believe it's Chinese. That's just a straight up
Mm, okay.
Asian group set company.
Yeah. Yes. Chinese bicycle component manufacturer. They produce drivetrains.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. But they seem to be, I mean, they seem, um, yeah, they sell primarily through AliExpress. They sell through Amazon and direct to consumers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
like I said, so these aren't knockoffs, right? So they're trying to up and
Yeah.
come. And matter of fact, I'm looking at I mean, on the internet. I'm not looking to
Yeah.
purchase, but a
Yeah.
gravel electronic shifting group set, and doesn't have a price. There is one guy on YouTube who does like he rides exclusively with this stuff, and then he reviews it and he enjoys it. I know they're cheaper. I'm not saying they're like dirt cheap, but they're definitely cheaper than say the latest and greatest SRAM.
Yeah. Oh, well, just think about it, man. So once again, going back to, I mean, I know this is a different discussion, right? Because we started off talking about counterfeit, right? But if we're
Yeah,
talking about other manufacturers in the market, right, that aren't quite as on the same scale, but offer a more reasonable price point, right? I mean, how much to switch over? I mean, because you went through this not long ago. How much does it
yeah,
cost to make the switch from mechanical to electrical?
yeah. And I went with the baseline. So
Yeah,
I went with the Axis Rival group set, and I think I'm in 1100.
yeah, it's
Eleven
crazy.
hundred. Yeah. Yep. I'm in 1100, and that's just the basic one. Um, again, but yeah, crazy times. But I mean, I'm glad that AliExpress actually worked with Specialized, right?
Yeah,
AliExpress is just a platform. That's all it is, right? They're not really they let anyone sell anything on there.
yeah.
So is it going to be a big change? I don't think so. I think it'll go away for a little bit, but then I think you'll start seeing those frames pop back up on AliExpress again.
Yeah. Well, but you gotta think about it, right? I mean, yeah, it is a, it's not like a cricket, right? When I'm talking like sports, right? It's not like cricket or soccer, right? But cycling is another one of those global sports, right? And I
Yeah,
think, and I think that's my guess. That's probably why they recognize I'm sure they recognize what those impacts are, right? And I think they don't want to be the one that takes any hits, and have any, those global market impacts, because then people will start buying from there,
uh
right? And I think so they probably did the right thing, because it's not. I mean, they don't talk about it, right? But I think they kind of mentioned in the article, a lot of when you said it also. I mean, where all these frames, a lot of these components are all made in a couple places around the world, right?
correct. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Uh, I don't think there's a gazillion, carbon factories that are
no,
making frames. It's kind of
no,
like, yeah.
yeah,
Um, but
yeah,
yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't think I've always wanted to build one up. I don't think so much for to necessarily have a new bike. I think for the
yeah,
learning experience and building it.
yeah.
But I've never pulled the trigger.
Yeah, you talking about building up a bike?
Yeah, building up like just hey, I think I just buy one of these Chinese frames and build it up.
Yeah,
But then I'm like,
yeah,
what am I gonna do with it?
yeah, yeah. So here's what I will say. You know, um, it's never as cheap as you think it's gonna be.
That's true. That's true. That's what everything, right? Whatever you think your budget's gonna be, mm, add about that 30-40% on top of that, because that's what it's
Yeah,
gonna really be.
yeah,
As a,
yeah.
as I'm sure you're finding out, since you love to build bikes,
Gosh, man, got to
I
get
just
out
bu-
of this, man.
I just buy them and then slowly upgrade them.
Yeah,
You always buy frames and just build them up like
yeah. So here's the problem, right? With that is this is probably where I should buy some counterfeit stuff, right, or some off the market stuff, right? Because it's like, ah, man, I can get this, or this one's only $50 more, right?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
50, 50, 50. All of a sudden, when you add in all those extra $50, man, I'm like, oh, boy, I spent a lot of money.
Yeah. It's like, man, that escalated quickly. God,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. And then I do end up making concessions somewhere. I'm like, man, do I really need carbon or can I just go with alloy? Yeah, maybe I'll just go with alloy, right? So I ended up
Yeah.
going with them alloy wheels. And I'm like, oh, then I'm like, man, I should probably just went the carbon. And then you end
Yeah.
up buying twice. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah. That's what my wife, she's big on that. It's like buy once, cry once. Like
yeah,
this. It's like just
yeah,
just get 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 the most what you can afford.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Because that goes all back to my story of me getting into mountain biking. Ooh, look, I spent $700 on a bike, and then 2 years later, I'm on my third bike and freaking couple thousand into it. It's like,
Uh-huh,
yeah,
uh-huh,
buy once, cry once.
uh-huh.
And so here, here, no there. But hey,
Yeah.
we're not telling you to go buy Chinese knockoff frames, but we ain't going to judge you if you do. We understand. I mean, it's like hey, you do you, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You could take, if you go buy those frames, take your chances.
yeah.
Um, Global Mountain Bike Network, the British folks on YouTube, he built up an entire AliExpress mountain bike,
Really?
carbon mountain bike, yeah, and was doing test runs. And like he bought everything AliExpress, like wanted to make it pretty
Yeah.
much as cheap as possible. I think a lot of it was knockoff stuff. He didn't get very far. I mean, I think that the crane broke off, like, and he was like in the worst possible spot. Like he was only like 10 miles away from the car already. It was raining, and like the crank just like completely broke. So now he's like,
Yeah.
great, great. Now I got a 10-mile walk back to the car.
Yeah. You think about it, that's probably um the best thing that could have happened,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, because just imagine if like um the frame would have failed like it's a headset or something like that and the fork, right? Would have like they would have cracked or something. That'd be something I'm concerned about, right? It's like the bike, like the fork actually comes off or something. It's like then you lose your front wheel right when you're in a jump or something, right? And it's like, or you
it's,
land and it just like fails on you. Yeah, it's like, dude.
it's like those Pink Bike always publishes those Friday fails. When
Yeah,
they jump,
yeah,
and all of a sudden the forks just snap off. I'm like,
yeah.
oh God.
Yeah, yeah, you see those guys that do it and
Ah.
they flip over. I'm like, yeah, nah, man. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh God.
Yep.
It's just terrible. But hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
that was the counterfeit stuff. Let's not do it. Or let's build one and see how it goes. You test it.
well, I'll tell you what, I'd be willing to try it out. Um, but um, I got to make room first, and I got to, you know, I don't think it's going to go over so well with my wife if I bring another bike into the garage. So,
Oh
mm,
yeah, I know you are hoarding bikes.
I got to get rid of some bikes, man. Some of mine has got an emotional attachment to them, but I do got to get rid of some bikes.
Yeah, you got that bike. And like
Uh,
so this house is pretty small, and I got a bike room in the basement, and like I'm like, man, I'm maximizing the space as much
yeah,
as I can. Yeah, right now I only got 3 bikes in there, right? And I got a shed with some BMX bikes, but I sold a couple of the bikes before I left Korea,
yeah.
and then but I still have to buy I have to go bike. So 4 bikes, and I bought the steady racks. So I got the steady racks,
Okay. Yeah,
and they're like hanging in a room. I'll give you a tour one
yeah,
of the days so you can see everything. It's actually pretty nice in there. I'm not gonna lie. It's small, but
yeah,
I'm making it because I don't have a garage. There's no garage.
yeah,
All right, it's just a driveway, which is kind of crappy, but hey, it is what it is.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
No,
uh,
no, no,
all
it's
right, next.
good.
Hey, so there's another thing. I stumbled upon a organization called what are they? Project Hero.
Yeah. Are those
Have you ever heard of them?
that's the folks the group that does like the cross country rides, like they ride from like city to city doing, is that the same?
It could be. I don't know. Like I said, I just stumbled upon actually I think yesterday. I should have sent you the link. Um, but yeah, I guess what they're about. So essentially, we help veterans and first responders affected by PTSD, TBI, and injury achieve rehabilitation. We are Project Hero. If you go on their websites, they have like rides and stuff like that. A lot of it looks to be Florida based.
Okay.
But I was like, man, that's pretty neat. Where are they? I think they have a ride coming in Florida, and they cover the gamut. I mean, they cover like everything from mountain biking to road biking. I saw somewhere in there they went to Europe.
Really?
Yeah. So they're
Let's
a pretty big. They're a nonprofit organization. And I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. We are,
check it out.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do more of that stuff. It's
we
at
are
that point now.
we are Project Hero. On their homepage, 35,394 hours of therapy, 2,500,000 elevation gain, million-mile program. Click for more. They have their own Strava club. Oh, maybe I
Hmm.
join that.
Ride with
Uh,
us in 2020. Oh yeah, I'm on the website now.
uh, Find it. So they have a task and find an event near you. January 3rd, Resolution Ride, Texas, Ohio, Great Lakes Challenge.
Oh yeah, they're all
I,
over. Yeah.
yeah, I could be wrong, man. It could be mainly road.
I think I think I've seen them where they do some of these like these charity rides, and usually they're in larger groups, and they're supported rides, like they have a chase vehicle, and at least for like the large rides, the ones they advertise.
Yeah,
I believe, yeah, because and I think their headquarters is, I think, here or close to here. When I say here, Northern Virginia, DC area, I think. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Pretty cool. Cool. I mean, like we're following them on Instagram, and they followed back and liked one of our posts. So hey, maybe one day we get someone on from them on here and just talk about Project Hero and see if they have mountain bike gravel ride and exactly just to hear from
Yeah.
them what they do. But
Yeah, I see. I'm looking at the local news right on the East Coast, and it talks about some rides. Some of this, yeah, I see. Oh, this is in Oregon. Bend Mountain Bike Challenge.
and what's also cool on their how to get to the homepage, they have a magazine. They actually it's digital, I believe. Well,
Yeah,
but they
yeah,
actually have a magazine. So I mean
hmm,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So they do advertise some events. It looks like California. They got stuff, yeah, a handful of events already kind of on the calendar. Great Lakes, Ohio, Texas, Florida, California, out in San Diego. They have an event right after the New Year. Resolution Ride, single day event. Uh, it looks like it's a charity thing. Like you go for a ride, you get. Hmm, nice.
Right here it was. They had a 2025 Europe Challenge, Germany to France.
Dude, that
Yeah.
sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. I, Let me guess it's during the summertime, or maybe late spring when the weather's horrible. It's sunny and
Yeah, it's probably
60
terrible.
degrees outside, and it's probably all on like pristine roads, and they drink wine and have pastries at the end of the day. That sounds horrible.
Was it? The
Oh,
light went out. The ride brought together 50 riders and 5 volunteers, including 24 Americans, 3 Canadians, 16 Germans, and 7 French participants. Pretty cool. I was like, well, that'd be cool. Maybe. Yeah, they went from, they arrived in Frankfurt. And then, yeah, I guess they just rode a bunch of 27 miles on one day, 63 on another day, 62 on another day. I guess they're visiting historical World War II sites.
yeah,
Yeah, it breaks it down. They even have their own kit available from
yeah,
Pactimo, the Project Hero branded store. But really cool. I mean, camps, people, really cool. I
yeah,
think donate to Project Hero. Maybe I'll throw them a couple of dollars, which I, I will, since we got that free 1776 stuff. I'm
yeah, 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 yeah. That's too funny.
But it's cool to see organizations like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think doesn't the former President George Bush he rides? He used to do a riding all the time, a ride
He
all the
does.
time
He does. Yeah. So there's I don't know if you ever
in
met
Texas.
him. Yeah, this guy I used to go to school with. His brother was Secret Service, and he used to go ride with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder I wonder if he still does those rides.
I don't know. But he's a little older now, so maybe not.
Hey man, I'm never gonna stop riding.
Well,
You ever
he
seen
might
that?
still ride, but he probably not riding as fast.
There's that one semi quasi viral video of that 70-something-year-old female still mountain biking down the trails on her Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
I was like rocking. She's going. I guess
Yeah. It keeps you young.
Hey, it does, man.
So
I guess that's exactly it. Hey, gotta fight this age.
yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Oh,
Gotta fight it. But,
yeah,
all right,
man.
Any plans for? Well, like obviously next week's Christmas. Actually, my dad's coming down for Christmas. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Okay, you guys gonna go pick him up, or are you catching the train down?
No, he wants to drive.
Okay, all right. Hey, well, he's still a young man. He can do it.
Yeah, he wants to drive.
Yeah,
And so that's the one thing I think is just like he does it so much.
yeah.
That's like second nature to him. It's kind of hard to explain. That's like his comfort zone, right? And so well, he'll be fine. But yeah. So other than that, yeah, we'll just be sticking around the house.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, I don't think we're going anywhere. I'm just happy I got a break from basketball. Finished my winter semester class. Finally did my last paper today for that winter semester. I'm like, man, I'm tired of this, but oh well.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
It is.
One more closer to being done.
I know. I was like, why do I do this to myself? But, any plans for you?
Oh man, we're just taking it easy. Just hanging around. We talked about maybe going out of town, doing something, just like doing a turn and burn like New York City or something, but I don't think we're gonna do it. So
my kids don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's like taboo in this house. It's like, no, we will be home on Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sophia is like, I think she's planning on working the whole holiday, right? Because for she works anyway, but I think she's trying to rack in all the hours and last minute preparations for college applications. So I think she's going to be doing that. And Nathaniel, I think he's doing the same thing, just kind of working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. Well, good. Well, folks, we're right at about an hour. We're going to wrap this up. Well, I guess next one will be probably right after the new year. So that first weekend after the new year. So to everyone out there, have a happy, Merry Christmas.
That's right. Happy Merry Christmas, right? And a Merry New Year.
Yeah, do it all. Do it up, get bite parts. Yeah, man. So awesome talking to you again.
Yeah, man.
We'll chat not on camera for Christmas and all that. I'll give you a call.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
We're not gonna get mushy on camera.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
I miss you so much. But I miss you. But yeah, awesome. Good chatting at you. And
man.
Yeah, don't forget, man. Get out and ride your bike.
That's right. I got to do it, man. I got to do it. You inspire me. So
hey, I'm gonna start sending you challenges on Garmin. You ever seen that? You can send someone a challenge, like go ride your bike.
Yeah, well, because I get it on my watch. Last time you did it, I got it on my watch. So yeah, I saw it. So
we'll keep hitting you up.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll holler at you later.
Yeah, man. We'll talk later. Have a good one.
Later. Peace.